biggest thing holding most trad climbers back in performance is confidence. I've always felt that in trad climbing more than other disciplines, getting mileage is the key to building confidence at the start of the season. After a winter of mainly bouldering and training, my confidence above gear tends to be pretty low. To overcome this, I like to spend the first 2 to 3 weeks of the season just getting as much movement as possible on lead. I don't want to scare myself, so it's important to choose the right level of trad climb and style. I tend to lean towards relatively safe trad routes within my on-site grade, then gradually build up to routes at the upper end of my on-site grade. I quite like taking a few safe falls in the first few weeks to remind myself that I can trust my gear and I haven't forgotten the last decade of trad climbing experience. Before the climb starts, I always talk to my partner. Is the first piece of gear quite high, or are there any runouts to consider? Discussing things beforehand prepares both of you for what's ahead. Even when I'm climbing, I keep a dialogue going with my belayer. I might say things like, "Mary, watch me here, okay?" to let them know to be ready for a big fall. Or, "Clippy on green," so they know which rope to pay out slack for, especially helpful when using half ropes. This keeps your belayer prepared and builds your confidence that they've got your back.
I'm going to pull on something. Whoa! Oh shit!
When I was younger, I thought being a good trad climber was just about being brave and ignoring any negative thoughts. But I learned the hard way that this is not a safe or appropriate approach. Instead, it's about drawing from experience, assessing the risk, and making good judgments based on the information you have. Throughout any trad climb, you need to be continuously assessing the risk based on your gear, the difficulty of the climb, and your confidence in your ability to climb without falling. If you're serious about trad climbing, there will come a time when you're climbing well above your gear and a ground fall is possible. At this point, it's not about ignoring the risk, but coming to terms with it and asking yourself if you can climb confidently without adding extra risk. If you don't feel ready, that's okay. You can always down climb or take if the gear is nearby. But never ignore the risk, as that can put you in a situation you might not be ready for. The best way to prepare for these situations is by doing bold climbs well within your ability, routes that you know you're unlikely to fall off. And only by putting yourself in these bold scenarios can you learn how to manage the mind games that come with them. If you've enjoyed this and want to keep up to date on the next episode about trad movement skills, give me and FPTV a wee follow.